What up, family? Guys, for that's when Mary Lee is 4:21 p.m. in my city, Chicago, 87% on my phone. May 23rd, 2025. Freedom Friday. I'm going all the way to 4:29. I said family because at one point I thought I had somebody in my life that would be my family, which is what ex-girlfriend Lawanda Joy Jacobs. But like everybody that's come into my life, they get what they want. They go on about their business. I'm used to that. I don't care. I've gotten over that. It's been, about 17 years or whatever and stuff. So, God healed me from that like everything else. And, so you can't get over, quote unquote, a broken heart or hurt feelings or whatever. So this video is for me personally. You understand what I'm saying? And her, just to let her know. You understand what I'm saying? I forgive you for the wrong that you committed against me, because I was the real one and you was the backstabber and stuff. For real, for real. I know you'll never acknowledge it or take accountability, because they never do. Chicago police accountability is up to the people. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Then they got landlord provide housing the same way scalpers provide music. So you made it hard for me when I had to switch my life around, Lawanda. And, now I can't get decent housing and stuff like that. I know you was low-key hating on me. I know. They always do. Something about girls with other girls, we never get along. You understand what I'm saying? Long enough to get what we supposed to get. But guys, they tend to get it right. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't finna go back and forth. It's 4:23. But we're going to go to 4:29, which is your birthday. You upstaged me. I give you that. You thought you was slick. I understand. You thought you won. Cool, no problem. But personally for me, I really ain't mad because I'm free. I didn't want all that weird shit anyway. You wanted the high life and all that. I like to keep it simple, like they said in Alcoholics Anonymous. Keep it simple, stupid. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk, because less is more and a friend is better than an enemy all day long. But we're friends like most people. Who needs enemies, right? But I ain't gonna go back and forth. I'm not gonna make this I don't even want to call it a beef or whatever. I just want you to be happy and leave me alone. You and Oprah, y'all did the most and stuff. You got over, okay, cool, no problem. You understand what I'm saying? That's your story. If you can live with it and look yourself in the mirror every day and realize what you've done to a real one and stuff, for real, that you already had, and all you had to do was, go out like a professional. That's it. But you decided to go out like any ratchet or thought or ghetto whatever person on the street. You understand? I could have picked anybody. And that's why I think I picked Regina, because I knew in the end, it was going to be messy anyway and stuff, for real. Had I not picked her or not. Because you had plenty of chance to move in. And you never saw the opportunity or wanted to. And I told you I was a decent person. But for some reason, the smooth voice, you think I'm just a lame or something, or, just because I don't have a lot of family and friends around me or whatever, you think, I guess you thought God wasn't going to take care of me. So, this video is for me, for standing up for myself as usual. It seemed like that's been my number one goal in life, to defend the home front, my space. Real talk. Man, that was the best website I had. MySpace, man. I hooked it up myself, and they messed that up. They messed it up, man. That was a good website. They gonna take all the social media down. I'm just letting my real Mary Myers know. All this is gonna come down eventually and stuff. So y'all might as well get to know your neighbors and figure out who your enemies is and stuff like that. And, watch your back and stuff, because once I get off of social media, for real, they was going to shut down YouTube. I had got off a few years back for about a month, and some told me to get back on. And sure enough, they was about to shut YouTube down and stuff. Real talk. If you're a real motherfucker, you know I ain't lying. But yeah, I know y'all don't think I got that much power, but watch. You'll see. Because this is not doing nothing for me. Social media is helping Country Wayne bite off me and make a killing. And I hope he saves some of that money, because he about to turn 40 soon. Once you get about 40, they don't want you no more. So I hope you start selling everything that you don't need, like a big ass house and shit. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to get something reasonable, and that way, you know, you have some money left over. And not only that, they gonna eventually get rid of cash. So y'all have pretty much messed up everything and stuff by not standing up for a real one. And that was yourself. All everybody had to do was stand up at the same time. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like someone hit a grand slam home run. But y'all got sidetracked with Barack Obama. Now you got to read, you know, Ezekiel chapter 20, and they talk about abomination. It's a play on words. Abomination. 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 You understand what I'm saying? And not only that, one of them words in there, you switched around, and it's Obama. You understand what I'm saying? Take out an H and put an O. So they already had the setup prepared. They were just working us to death until we got tired or figured it out. And I'm glad I read that Bible. So I'm really kind of glad I went to prison. And, you know, that's where I read the Bible at and stuff. And that was where I was able to really clear my mind. I was on my way to a gospel fest anyway. So I think God was rescuing me all along and stuff. And you got to remember, I didn't have to go to prison. I didn't have to go to the county jail in 2008. None of that. They was going to let me go 3 days later. I had already started the ball rolling with my book, you know, on the internet and all that and stuff. And I was like, you know, you understand what I'm saying? If I'm going to prison for telling the truth and giving my book away, because that's what it was, then, you know, they was going to sabotage it anyway. So I was like, I need all the motivation I could get. And I work good under pressure, quiet as kept. Sometimes. I'm doing this video over because I made a mistake in the last one, but I'm going to upload it anyway. You understand what I'm saying? I've never been too good at counting, but, you know, bucks won either way. You understand what I'm saying? It's the 7, like I said. Bucks won either way. It was supposed to be 42. I mean, it was supposed to be 43, but I said 42. And 4 and 3 is 7. What did I pull? The 7. So nothing happens in this world by mistake. Real talk. So that goes with this video. Maybe I had a little more to say. But yeah, I'll be working out and minding my business. And, you know, I don't even want a relationship because everything toxic. I ain't seen a healthy relationship in a long time. You understand what I'm saying? For real. I like being in relationships that's a lifetime, not a situationship or somebody 429 just send you my way because they heard about me before I knew about me. And that's what it was. That's what it was. This the 4. And it's the 14. Step your game up. Peace.